Hello, this is Max Drake. I just want to talk about this process for just overseeing my videos that I do. So I've got a whole series of groups of videos on different topics. So if I just go into my no, that doesn't really work there actually. If I just go into my channel and I just go into my playlists. Um, Where's my playlists? So I've got a different number of playlists. I've got some honeycomb ones. I've got beginner code. I've got some Revit tips and tricks, glide out ones, free productivity tools, and visualize FM. Now I found a script that inside that you could go through each of your different playlists, and you give your playlist code and the sheet where you actually want to do it, and it'll write how many views those particular videos have had. So over time you can actually just do a cumulative thing to add them all up. Now I did a whole load of series on how-to Windows productivity tools, and there was some quite smart stuff in there, but I actually had really rubbishy views. And I think just because I actually just did a how-to, whereas whenever I did one on a specific tool, not a problem. There seemed to be a lot more views. Like this one's they're using the power toys and things. So whenever I actually had it in the heading what those tools were about, they got quite a few views. Whereas the ones that I initially did, and I did a few, they were quite short videos. A lot of them, they didn't do very well at all. So I thought, well, okay, then I'll just go through and rename them. So those ones over the course of the lot of those ended up with 53 views. So like there's things about program launchers, fast keys, screen shooting, and just process workflows, things like that. Certain video ones, Firefox browser efficiencies and stuff like that. So I suddenly thought I'd just do a video on how to update those, and then we just run through and see how they do. So I found this code. There was a video on how to do this. So I went and got an API on being able to link into the YouTube account, and ended up doing this pull down through here with the script. And so I've got several tabs for all of my different projects all the way through, and I've got them highlighted in different ways just as an interest to how people are reacting to them. So it's also good to see what sort of ones that the viewer wants. So I've got the channel ones through there. Now I'm just about to delete this one. So this one's had 9 views. It's public. I'm going to delete it. If you update the video, and if you just update the video and it's already on there, it just won't let you do it. It suddenly says, no, you've got a copy of that already. So you've got to say, I understand I'm deleting this forever, and you go and delete it. So once you've deleted that, that's cool. Now what I actually do is in my videos, if I post any videos, I've got a copy of them in here. I will move them to somewhere else eventually. So I actually found the one which is a copy of that video, and I've just copied it into the path above, and I've renamed it through there just to give a descriptor of what has actually happened. I then go through into a Canva, which I actually use to do the front end imagery through there. I save it, I put it as a download file, and that, when you actually do the download, goes into your download folder. So I actually have to go and move it across to that video ones to there. So now that I've deleted the other one, I can now upload that one there. So I can go onto my channel, I can just go, or you could just go onto anything and just go upload videos in YouTube. And I think you've got to be logged in. And that's the one that I'm actually doing. So I'm uploading that one. It'll upload the file. It'll think about that and say, yes, we'll let you do that. Then the other thing that I do, so I can now upload that thumbnail, and so that I've now made as a thumbnail. I then choose what playlist that I actually want it is. I keep on forgetting to push that done. And then the other thing that I do, every time I do a video, I actually keep the text of the description and everything inside a Word doc. So all I had to do was actually update from the old title to the new title, and later on I'll put in the link to the new video through here. So it's handy having a copy of those things later. So I'll take the tags out because that's actually the description, and then I've got the tools, and inside I've got the options so I can actually add the tags, and since the tag isn't a tag, I can do that, and then I can do the next and the next. I don't bother with the elements at this point in time. And then I always start off with private, just in case you do some boo-boo or you suddenly press a button and it starts trying to upload. If it's private, you can choose to when it goes public. And then I also take a copy of the link through there, just so that I can put it back with my article of what I've actually written inside there inside. So every time I do a video, I put my blurb into one point. I've got little things that I repeat constantly, so I just use those, so I can just copy those. So now that's gone through and we've done it. It's still uploading at this particular point, and it'll take its time. Oh, it's got 101 of them already uploaded. So we can now come back into that. I did initially, when I was doing my coding, I actually had a script for each sheet, of which I actually was a playlist. Now, one of the things which actually happens in the playlist, I'm just going to go through in this free productivity tools one here, is that what it's actually got now, it's got the memory of the deleted videos. So you've got to go and blow them away, otherwise they actually stay in there as such in memory. And the other thing that just seems to be happening at the moment is it might make 2 or 3 copies when it comes across. So you've got to go and delete those. Otherwise, you find you suddenly got, wow, my viewings have gone really brilliantly, when in fact they haven't. So at this point in time, I've got those ones in the playlist. And as I said, I've just chunked all of my playlist together now. So the wrong one. So I'll go into there and I'll just run that script, and it will just update all of those ones there. So this one should update, and those ones should disappear apart from number 10, because number 10 I actually haven't done. So those ones have disappeared. That color's just gone on to some earlier videos where you can see the video 10 is still there, but the other ones have been added to the bottom. So we can actually just reset that and put that at 0. And the new ones which I've actually put in have started to come through. So as such, from there to there, so I can just do a sum on that, and just do a sum. So just by updating them just today on those ones there, I've had 26 views. Now, if I go down and look at what I originally had, I had 53 views, and they were up there for quite a few months. So obviously by renaming them, people are doing it. So I did something wrong there. I thought I was actually making a series, but people just weren't interested in the way they actually wanted to know what the particular video was about. So I hope that's been of interest to you. Thank you very much for watching. If you like that, can you give a thumbs up? Otherwise, op panyaha.